Hello everybody, sorry for the slight delay, a little bit later than usual, but that's okay, you'll forgive me, I'm sure. So yeah, today we're just continuing with Alchemortis development again. The main focus right here, or right now, is to get the game loop all figured out. So that means that making a run feel longer. We started adding the checkpoint nodes yesterday, which will serve as boss fight triggers if you want to leave the area early. And I'll show you the current status of all that in just a second, but before we do that, again, Alchemortis is available on Steam for wishlisting, so if you're interested in the game, you can check that out. It's the first line in the description below. Also got the Patreon page. If you subscribe to one of the paid tiers, you will get immediate access to the current playtest. But you do not have to pay for the playtest. I'm going to make the playtest live for the general public on Monday, so that's a week of early access for the Patreon members. And oh, let me write something down. I just forgot. 1 second. Anyway, there are other perks associated with the Patreon tiers. This top tier will get your name in the Alchemortis in-game credits if you subscribe for any period of time during the development, so you could just purchase 1 month and cancel if you want to. You'll still get your name in the credits, and of course, while you are on this tier, you will also have unlimited access to all my course content. And then I also have the individual courses available for sale on Udemy, so if you just want to buy one or whatever, that's totally fine. It's a great way to support me as well. And yeah, all that stuff is linked below. And of course, the Discord is available as well. If you want to hop in the Discord and hang out, that's available to everyone, but Patreon members have a couple of exclusive Discord channels. So yeah, anyway, ads out of the way. Hello, Asymmetrics. Welcome back. Good to see you as always. First to comment. You are not the first to comment. Second. Yeah, but welcome, Kelso. Good to see you as always. V, good to see you. Artem, welcome back. Opened my browser as the stream went live. Better to be lucky than good, I guess. Yeah. People are quick. Well, probably a lot of people are coming in from the Discord notifications. So I've been putting notifications for the stream in Discord as well. Good morning, Emerson. Welcome. Have a slight fever. Hope everyone is doing okay. Sorry to hear that, Snup Bill, but thank you for the IDR 20,000. That's very generous. And we got the Yummers message. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I hope you feel better. Fevers are not fun. Emerson, welcome. You're not first, but welcome. Hello, Hosu, Josu. Good to see you. Rookie Tookie, welcome back. Look at all these yummers. Hello, Anthony. All right. So I uploaded my first YouTube short today. So yeah, that'll be cool, I guess. We'll see what happens. Yeet will be happy with me, I think. Anyway. What am I doing? So yeah, yesterday, I wonder if this is still broken. Yesterday we were working on the checkpoint system. And so just to recap what that system is. So I've got the map really small here. I'm only generating like 30 nodes total. But a checkpoint, again, is like this little gatehouse here. And these serve as the boundaries to the next region. So the map is divided into 3 regions, 3 notoriety regions. And when your notoriety reaches 100, you will be forced to fight the boss associated with that region. But if you wish to leave the region early, you can go to one of these checkpoint nodes, and that will trigger a boss fight or trigger the boss fight for you automatically. And the idea is that that will come with some additional rewards as well. Maybe a reduced notoriety gain in the next region. So you can, if you're feeling strong enough, you can go and fight the boss, and then you can gather even more power because your notoriety gain will be lessened, right? I may even set it to 0, so you could just get like a couple of free moves after beating the boss. And that's just an extra like incentive to trigger that fight early. And so I've got this working. So if I go here, that will trigger the boss fight as it normally gets triggered. And then I can fight the boss, and that will send me right into the second region here. So yeah, and the idea is that you can still go back into the old region if you want to. There may ultimately be reasons why you'd want to do that, but now I can just go in and do my own thing up here. So I do this, I get, 7 notoriety. Let's say I'm ready for the boss fight again. I can just go and trigger this boss fight here. And so yeah, but like I said, the map is actually smaller than it should be. So let's go back to the run map generator. I just divided these numbers by 10 up here. So let's get rid of these. Okay. So now we can take a look at this. Hello, Johan, welcome. Chris, good morning to you. Gave into the hype, you watched the short. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. The long form videos are not doing so well, so I'm gonna maybe start doing more shorts and also maybe start up a TikTok account as well. I keep reading on Reddit too that like TikTok and YouTube shorts are great marketing vehicles. So there was also a streamer who picked up my game, like just the playtest, and the streamer has like 16,000 followers, and he played it for like an hour and a half yesterday, which I didn't catch it live, but he emailed me and sent me the VOD. And so I was like, wow, like this guy just played the playtest for his audience. I didn't have to do any marketing at all. So that was pretty cool. But I have to watch the VOD back and see if he has any feedback, but that was pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that was pretty cool. Why are these checkpoints connected to each other? Why are they connected to each other? I thought I prevented that. So let's prevent these checkpoints from being connected to each other, because that's not right. What was that seed there? Copy this seed. Seeded run. Create seeded run. Put in the seed there. How do you know Discord member is Patreon member as well? YouTube doesn't like those platforms to be full named. Patreon has a Discord bot that manages the roles for you. So if you connect your Discord to Patreon, the Patreon bot can then manage that. I don't know if that answers your question, but hello, Polaris, welcome back. Ricardo, I just bought your Udemy course for Godot and C# and it's great, but I would like to do something more like the other project you made in GDScript. Which one? The multiplayer one? Will different regions have different art? Yes, they will. You like it? Yeah. Or you're talking about the streamer? Yeah. Yeah, I think playtesting is critical for sure. Okay, so up here we've got an edge being created here between those two things. I thought I was filtering that out, but I guess not. Let's see. Oh, is this part of the minimum spanning tree? Hold on a second. So I've got my minimum spanning tree. Oh. The reason that edge is connected is because that edge is part of the minimum spanning tree. I see. Okay, so there's two ways for me to fix this. One, I can remove the minimum spanning tree edge that connects these two things together. The risk of that, though, is that if edges are not randomly added back, I could end up with an island. So if this does not create a connection here, and it only creates a connection here, and I remove this connection, that is going to basically create an unreachable path. So the minimum spanning tree really shouldn't be messed with, because the minimum spanning tree is what guarantees that all nodes are visitable. So what I probably should do is just make it so that checkpoints cannot generate as neighbors. I think that will basically just fix the issue. But I don't know how to do that actually. Create notoriety checkpoints is happening before any of the edge connections happen. So does that need to be the case? Can I create the edges first? Oh, the edges are created here. So I may want to do this as separate. Let's do this. We'll do the create notoriety region checkpoints after. And x.connections.any and not x.connections.any x, or let's do y.nodeEventType is equal to event type checkpoint. Okay. Let's see what that does. Oh wait, does that actually help? No, it should help, yeah. Let's see. Let's see. I don't know if this is going to fundamentally change how the map is rendered, but let's see. So we got a checkpoint here and a checkpoint there. Okay, perfect. So I think that should prevent checkpoints from being generated as direct neighbors of each other. And so now I can put back in the code that... Okay, so I'm going to need to do this as well. So here we're going to do connect checkpoints regions, and we'll pass in the map here. Private void connect checkpoint regions, run map. Paste this here. Var all edges is equal to map.getEdges. All right, let's see if that works now. So now I should have the regions being connected to each other. The 2D top-down RPG one. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, it should be translatable to C#, I think. And the edges are not being connected. Why is that the case now? Oh. The edge data is actually changing. So, why? Why is this? I might just have to make this part of the create edges process, actually. Create notoriety region checkpoints. And then here, put this here. It's not the most elegant solution, but we can get rid of this. I think it makes sense though, because the checkpoints are special. They have special edges and whatnot, so it can all be part of the create edges process. Okay, so there we go. We got a checkpoint connected there, checkpoint connected to both of those, checkpoint connected to that one. I was going to do a regeneration, but it's using the same seed every time, so it's just going to be the same map. So let's go back and remove the seed. Oops. And we'll see what that does. Hello, Meep. Welcome back. Who was the streamer? I might check out their VOD playing the game too. It was, let's see. I forgot the name of the streamer. McQueeb. MCQUEEB. Hello, Schlurgy. Good morning to you. Did notice the map is hexagon tile map under the hood? It is not. No, it's not. It's just a series of points that are spread out roughly 64 pixels from each other, and then it's triangulated with a Delaunay triangulation. Okay, now our checkpoints are providing the bridges to different regions. Very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool, very cool. Nice shorts video. Yeah, I was just mentioning at the beginning of the stream that Yeet would be proud of me. Here I am. I got bullied again into doing something that I otherwise wasn't going to do. Welcome back, Yeet, by the way. Hardest part of game dev is setting up the system's early stage. I'm trying to set up a grid-based factory builder, and I'll have to build out the placement, saving, placement logic. Yeah. Some games, like, just to get them to a place where you can play test them, you need to build up all these systems, and it's kind of like a lot of work. So what I'm thinking is, I haven't really given this a proper playtest since I've added the checkpoint system. So before I go any further on developing that system, I think it would be wise to test it. You are right. Yeah, I am right. I haven't been able to join the Patreon yet. I'll do it as soon as I can. Looking forward to playing it. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's no problem, Emerson. And like I said, the playtest is going to go public on Monday, so everyone will be able to sign up for the playtest from the Steam page. Guten Morgen, welcome Adaton. Good to see you as always. Always nice to have you here. I'll send you some game dev channels that do well in shorts if you want to inspect them. Yeah, that would be appreciated for sure. Hello, King Mandrake. You consider modifying your color palette a little bit to make it slightly brighter. The colors are very hard to see on video and holding you back in trailers. I can brighten up the videos for sure. I'm not going to change the in-game color palette because like I said yesterday, no one who has played the playtest has said that it's too dark when they're actually playing it. But maybe I should brighten up the videos. How should I go about learning Godot if my main goal is to make an Undertale-like RPG? Currently doing Clear Code's Godot instruction. I mean, I think you're on the right path. I mean, I think you just have to be familiar with Godot's tools, what's functionality is available to you, how to leverage that functionality. This is an interesting loop here. I could get a tier 2 booster and upgrade it here, but then I'd have to backtrack a little bit. Let's do it. So yeah, I think you're on the right track, Indie Vibes Arcade. I don't know, you might be able to find a tutorial that like covers exactly what you want to see, but why did that get upgraded? Oh my gosh. Too bad I don't want to inflict damage on myself. Another tier 2 Orbital class. Let's get rid of this. Goodbye. So I got tier 2 upgrade card, which means I can upgrade this one. We'll get rid of the Skeletron, put that in there. Okay. Now we'll go over to Alchemy tier 1. I'm going to mix a Skeletron with this. Perfect. Look at that. That's the result I wanted. Let's go. Boom. Uh-oh, why is that still highlighted? That's a bug. What? Okay. I'll have to figure that out. I'm going to see if I can get to the checkpoint early. See if I can get up to, I might just alchemize this card again, honestly, because I want that highlight to go away. Let's throw the candle in there as well. Dang it. That was definitely a downgrade. Oh, but this one's kind of good, actually. Yeah, that's actually really good. Wasn't too much of a downgrade. Let's go this way and up that way. Oh yeah, that actually might be doing more DPS than the tier 2 skeleton because it goes faster. Minions. I'll take all of those, thank you very much. Max health. I have a lot of currency actually, so increase max health by 20. Go up here. Okay. The one thing I'm concerned about with this checkpoint system is, you know, if you end up fighting the boss like very far away from a checkpoint, it's, you know what I might do is I might just, an elegant solution might be to just remove the notoriety penalty for X amount of turns after you beat the boss, regardless if you enter the checkpoint early or not, because then that will give the player time to move. We'll have to figure that out. Let's do a, oh, I can't do that. Scarab. Oops, not that one. Scarab and Leech. Perfect. Let's do that. Another alchemy. Might skip this one. There are no region prices. Yeah, I looked. Patreon does not support regional pricing. To pull you into features, yeah, that's why you're here. Hello, Jhar. Really enjoying the chill vibe on my old screen during the workday. Awesome. I don't think I can really alchemize anything else. I mean, I could alchemize this skeleton, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, yeah, I mean, I can just do this and get double damage, basically. Yeah. Kerblam. There's got to be a checkpoint up here somewhere. I'll just take the free health upgrade. I feel like fighting some combats. Let's go this way. Go that way. Take some more minions. Gotta love those minion cards. There are definitely more minion cards than anything else in the game. Oh, I kind of want that guy. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. There we go. There's a checkpoint. Okay. Oh, but that's an artifact. 6, 5, 4. That's 15. Yeah, I can do that. Let's do that. We'll go that way. All right, Echo. Gotta put the Echo on the ceremonial dagger, right? Tier 2 alchemy. I kind of wanted to do this with the scarab. Let's do that. Oh, a legendary. Oh, no! A legendary zombie. 14 damage, 4 damage heal. Damage increases. Oh my gosh. That's a legendary. Goodbye, Skeletron. And it works with the ceremonial dagger because it's a minion. That's nasty. Okay, we're good. Broken sundial. Ooh, wait a minute. That actually wouldn't help. I only apply one status effect here. Iron Gauntlet. I could start building up that Iron Gauntlet if I'm just going to keep this one minion here. Let's do that. And now I can visit this checkpoint early and trigger that boss fight. Here we go. Didn't paralyze anyone, that's all right. Nice. Okay, so now we're in the tier 2 region. So yeah, I think what I would do if you hit a boss fight, what I might do is just make the notoriety penalty 0 for a certain number of turns. Because that would reward you. You would be able to go into the second tier region without like incurring any penalty. So that's a couple of free upgrades. But if you're so the checkpoint is here. If you're down here when the boss fight starts, that gives you some time to move up towards the tier before you start incurring a penalty again. I don't know if I still don't know if I like that. I mean, I think it's good to put pressure on the player to move upward. It's like another part of your decision making, right? Like you want to gather upgrades, but you also kind of generally want to move towards a checkpoint so you're well positioned to go into the next region. But I don't want it to be so punishing that if you're like 4 moves away from the checkpoint, you take 4 notoriety penalties before getting there. So yeah, I think, I don't know, this is something we'll have to play test, I suppose. Now we got a tier 4 alchemy. So I could hit the booster here. Hit the booster, then go up this way and hit that. Hello, Sam Studio. What's the plan for today? We're just working on the loop, just extending the game. Fog of War in the map. What are your thoughts on some sort of dithering or pattern to show it's an unrevealed area? I've done experiments with dithering a little bit. You'll notice there's some dithering up here. I don't like the way dithering looks in this game. So it doesn't feel too dark when actually playing it. Yeah. Came here from the short. Love the look of the game so far. Hey, look at that, everybody. The short already worked. The short already worked. Welcome, Dylan. Great to have you here. Do you recommend working on the data logic structure or the story structure first when fleshing out a game idea? I don't know if I can give advice on that because none of my games contain any story elements whatsoever. So I will say that this Alchemortis has the most potential for a story, I would say, because it's got a very strong theme and setting. But I still don't have like explicit story elements. The major thing that I have regarding like lore is this flavor text on all the cards, which again is more like world building than story. So yeah, I don't think I can really give a good answer on that, unfortunately. How long did it take for you to get to the level you are now? I've been learning engines for 2 years and seeing your code makes me feel like I write the ugliest codes and can't build big structures. Well, I've been doing game development and programming since I was 14 and I'm 30, almost 31 now. So it's been over a decade and a half, or almost a decade and a half, basically. So I think like with game development and with programming generally, it's going to take you probably several years before you really feel like you've mastered certain things. I would say that you're on the right path. I mean, the fact that you recognize that your code is not as good as it could be, I think it's a totally normal feeling because it means that you know that you have more to learn. But yeah, it's going to take years. Like, it's just going to take a long time. Unless you're a prodigy, of course, then it's, you know, it's a little bit different. Tier 4 Alchemy. We are going to make this legendary zombie absolutely nuts. No, I don't want to do that. Oh, no. This is risky because if I don't get... All right, we're going to try it. Well, I got a legendary lead ingot. Applies 25. I mean, it's not bad. The unfortunate thing now is, though, I don't have a minion. That kind of sucks. Okay, anyway. That's how alchemy goes. That's the RNG. But I can now put this minion here. And what is this? Projects to adjacent cards, heal 8. Oh, that works. I might want to rework this actually. Yeah, that's better. Because this is going to get exhausted after 2 turns. So I don't want the heal to be projected onto the Phoenix. I want the heal to be projected onto the things that actually can remain. Okay. Let's go this way. Hello, Red. Welcome back. Always good to see you. Have you tried using the CRT shader again? I wonder how it would look with the game now. I think I deleted it. Yeah, I used to have it, but I think I deleted it. I just don't like the way it looks. Published my new book today. Sweet. It's in pre-release until Monday, but live after that. Awesome. Congratulations. Congratulations, Rin. That's a big accomplishment. What if you get to the boss fight naturally, it teleports you to the nearest checkpoint? I thought about that. I kind of don't. I don't want to do things like that where it's just like, okay, like it's super gamified, you know, like, okay, now you need to go to the next part, so I'm going to teleport you there. At that point, I would just rather do multiple different maps, you know what I mean? But I really want to sell the idea that you're like in one map, in one world, you know, and you're navigating that world. I think just like abruptly teleporting the player will maybe not really serve that fantasy, I guess, for lack of a better word. That said, I may end up putting like teleporter nodes on the map, where if you visit a teleporter node, you could teleport anywhere else, or maybe just only to previously discovered teleporter nodes. So if you want to hop back into a previous region to grab a quick upgrade and then hop back to where you were, you could do that. Like you got arrested by the boss. Oh yeah, maybe. Yeah, that would make more sense, I guess. Hello, Dragon Apple. Welcome back. No worries. RN Genesis, welcome back. Good to see you. Hook, line, and sinker. Is the squid the perfect ingredient for alchemy? Well, the squid is very large. So I wouldn't say it's perfect, because if you get a very large card out of it, it's like, you know, you got to make room for it, you know. Have you ever played around with wave function collapse? That's interesting that you say that, because yes, I am using wave function collapse to generate the enemy boards. For the playtest, oh yeah. You are never too old and it's never too late to get better. Yep. Amen to that. Reusable ingot, yeah. Phoenix. Hello, Zol J. Tanos. What's the reason that you developed a new game instead of focusing on Gunforge content? I mean, do you want the crass answer is that Gunforge just like, it's not economically worthwhile. That's the reason. I've yet to make a Phoenix build work with the playtest. A 2x2 board is just too restricting. Definitely a pass the first zone card. I think so, yeah. I think I agree, like, your board is just too small to make good use of the Phoenix, but yeah. Let's see if it works out in my build here. I also rebalanced the combat a bunch, so you'll notice that the enemy boards have a lot of health now. Tier 3 alchemy. We want that board size increase. Let's go there. How to bonk so hard with a poisonous ingot. Find myself keep looking for board expansion. Yeah. Is Godot a good way to learn to code? I eventually want to learn computer science at university. Yeah, I think game development is a decent way to learn code, because it's... You actually get exposed to more algorithms in game development than in basically any other form of software development. Like, if you're just making websites, there's like no algorithms there, you know, it's just shuffling data around. But with games, you may come across like graph theory, like what I'm doing to generate the map, or you may need to use wave function collapse like I'm doing for the enemy board configurations, and you're gonna have to write your own algorithms for, like, you know, determining what the health of enemies should be and what their difficulty should be. So I definitely think it can be good, and of course with game development too, you got to work with a lot of different data structures. So I think game development is like one of the most rigorous applications of like a lot of computer science concepts compared to stuff just like straight software development. Do you have any recommendations for tutorials on shaders? I don't. I think there's like a Godot shader Bible or something. Somebody's making that. You might look that up. But do I want to do this? Let's throw this in the mix. Well, that's not great. All right. Okay, well, that's kind of a bummer. That was not a good output. Get that grow board and then move up here. Son of a biscuit. Yeah. Welcome, Neozoid. Good to see you. Wave function collapsed with the playtest just getting released. Yeah. Can you tell us what is the best way to learn pixel art? You were insane with it. Thank you, Platori. I appreciate that. The way I learned pixel art was just going on YouTube and like consuming a bunch of pixel art tutorial content. Pixel Pete is one of the guys that I watched quite a bit because he did pixel art critique videos where he accepted user submissions and then he would go in and comment about what's good and bad about the art, and then he would actually draw like replacement, like he would recolor it or like change the shape of some things, and it's really useful to just watch like a professional talk about his mindset as he's doing those things. But there's all kinds of like pixel art tutorials and stuff that say like how to effectively use color and how to actually draw your pixels. I actually have a video on this channel, Pixel Art Tips, which contains the 5 most useful tips that I learned when I was learning pixel art. So you could check that out if you're interested. Is this a minion? No, it's not. Okay, we'll save that. Okay. Mausoleum key. Upgrade, that's going to be useful. And another board size increase. Let's go there. Never lets his fans down, yeah. Me learning shaders in WebGL. The Godot Shaders Bible, yeah. Do you reuse a lot of systems from previous projects, or do you tend to fully rewrite systems? I don't reuse any systems. There are a couple of like utilities that I reuse. Like I have a loot table implementation that I wrote. I have a state machine implementation, so I pull those things in, but for the most part, I remake the systems for any new game. Dang, I'm melting. Game might still be a little bit too easy, but we're going to continue on. Kind of want to upgrade this. Well, I shouldn't. Yeah, let's upgrade that. Another artifact. Let's go this way. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, this should be adjacent to a minion. I only have 1 minion on the board. I have a bunch of things that work based on adjacent minions. Hold on a second. How do I reorganize this? So let's do this. I can put that here, put that there, put this here, put that there. Oh yeah, that's better. Yep, that's a much better layout here. Actually, it would be better if I moved that up here, because this is a lower turn cooldown. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. This is an easy board. Get wrecked. Tier 3 booster. Ooh, oops. Is this just a normal axe? I think it is. Yeah, so I can just replace this with the upgraded axe. There. Okay. Artifact time. All alchemical cards gain 2 heal. That's alchemical. That is alchemical. I only have 2 alchemical cards. Let's take the Basilisk Eye then. Spend some of my currency, upgrade my health a little bit. Oh, there's a checkpoint. We did it. We found a checkpoint. I don't think I have code in place to scale the boss based on the notoriety region, so this might actually be a really easy boss fight. That's a big alchemy grid though. Oh, and I got this finally. Oh no. What do I want to do? I kind of just want to throw this in like a whole smorgasbord of things. Oh wait, I don't want any adjacent minion stuff. Let's do it. Dang it, that is not the result I wanted. Oh, but that's pretty good actually. Apply 9 fire. What is this? Oh, that's big. 2 poison. 6. I don't really need preserve, I don't think. Oh, but that doesn't really help me, does it? Well, I want this one for sure. Let's see. How can I fit this on? Let's get rid of these for now. Shift this over. Oh no. This doesn't need to be adjacent, so I can do this. Oops. Do this. That works. Put this here, and I can put the mausoleum key back. Oh, but I can't make it adjacent. Oh no, I don't think I can make this work. I mean, I don't really need this either, because I don't need preserve, I don't think. So put that there. I mean, I might as well just throw this here, because it's the only thing that can fit. Is that going to work? Projects to adjacent cards, 7 fire. Yes. Let's go. Boss time. Like I said, I think the boss is going to be really easy. Yeah, the boss is not scaled for the notoriety tier, so... Anyway. Yeah, there's a lot of scaling that's missing still, but it's working. Okay, well, the game is shaping up for sure. Still a lot of stuff that I need to do. I think that is feeling pretty good. So there's a couple of things that I want to do. Let's open this up. Obsidian. There's a couple of things that I want to do. Okay. going to get rid of this. Give player 0 notoriety penalty after a boss fight for X amount of turns. I think this is done. I still need to do reroll for artifacts. Okay, I think that this is probably the next thing to work on. So we'll do that. What do you consider economically worthwhile the game like this game? So what do you consider economically worthwhile like this game? Will that be it? Yeah, I think so. I mean, it just depends on like what the sales volume is. If Alchemortis sells very well and continues to sell well like month after month, then it will definitely be worth it for me to continue building out content. So it's just, it's just a judgment call, really. Yeah, that's true. The Iron Gauntlet was supposed to be that far away from the inventory panel. Yeah, because there's like an artifact bar at the top. Thoughts on GameMaker? I used GameMaker before I used Godot. I don't like GameMaker. I haven't used it in a couple years. Maybe it's better, but it's just not. It doesn't have like a proper scripting language. It's just so like hard to use, especially if you're somebody that has like development experience. The lack of all kinds of things that you would expect in a scripting language is just like, I mean, just to give you context, when I was using GameMaker, there was no vector library. Like there was no built-in way to do vector operations. I had to download a set of third-party scripts that enabled all kinds of vector operations. And it's like, you're making a game. Vector operations are like the most basic thing that you could ever need, and that was not present in GameMaker. Like I said, I don't know if that's the case still. I haven't used GameMaker in many years, but one of the reasons I switched to Godot is because it just had so much more built-in library functionality for me to use that just made my life so much easier. So, game looks amazing. Thank you, Blue Bulb. The Imp, yeah. Do you use only C# and GDScript? No C++ Rust? Yeah, that's correct, yeah. Have you started using the new bases featured in Obsidian? I haven't found a use for bases. I also don't know that much about them, so I'm not like an Obsidian power user. Obsidian is mostly just a way for me to keep local copies of my data. I don't like having to be dependent on like a cloud provider for storing my data for anything. So I've got my own private cloud with my own data backups and all that kind of stuff. Okay, I needed to take a quick 3-minute break. I know I'm a little bit early, but I need a break, you know what I'm saying? And then when I come back, we're going to work on these things that I mentioned. So give player 0 notoriety penalty. We also need to scale the boss fight for higher notoriety regions. So we're going to do these things. Yeah, these two things at least. But I think it's feeling good. I think I like the direction that the expanded map is going, so we will continue on with that. My Obsidian Vault is so messy. Yeah, that can happen. I don't even have that much in my vault, and I'm already like, it's a nightmare. Anyway, I'll be right back in just 3 minutes, and we will continue on. All right, I'm back. Could always DIY your sync operation for Obsidian. Yeah, I mean, that's basically... I actually don't access Obsidian on basically any other device, just on the desktop, so it's synced to my cloud, but it doesn't sync to any other devices. But yeah, you could definitely do that, for sure. Are you solo dev? Yes, I am. Doing everything by my lonesome. Hello, Ben. Welcome, welcome. And by everything, I mean, like, I'm putting the game together by myself, but one of my friends created the music for the game, and I paid him for that, but I don't make the music, but yeah, for all intents and purposes, I'm doing everything myself. Also played the Gunforge game you made. Looking at your YouTube channel, you always seem to be making something or working on a project. Do you have any secrets for staying motivated or something? I don't know. There's no secrets. It's just I like doing game development. I like being productive, and that's why I'm generally always working. You know, if I wasn't working on game development and I had a full-time job, I would be working on my full-time job, right? So it's like, I like to be productive, generally speaking. I don't like sitting around. If I have a day where I do nothing, I actually feel bad. It's gotten to the point where I actually don't enjoy vacations because I don't get anything done. I went to, a couple of years ago, we went to Myrtle Beach with the family, and we went for a week, and by like day 3 in, I was doing programming challenges on my computer on my laptop that I brought because I was so bored. Anyway, so let's see. We're going to do, oh wait, this is the done column. Okay. We are going to get rid of this. Mark this as done. All right, so give the player 0 notoriety penalty. Yeah, we're going to do that. Let's move this to do. Move that to do. Okay, we'll clean this up a little bit. I'm going to leave that in progress because that one is in progress. Okay, 0 notoriety penalty at the boss fight for X amount of turns. And I also want to... do that. Remove notoriety penalty from checkpoint nodes. Hi, Cat. Hi. How am I going to do this? That's a good question. At least 2 of my ideas are in this game. That's true, yeah. I demand 0.001% of the profits. Sent you some stuff. Yeah, I saw that. Thank you, Yeet. Hello, Clickertail. Welcome, welcome. That sounds healthy. I mean, you know, to each their own. Hi, bud. Hi, buddy. Who's a good cat? Are you a good cat? Here, come up here. Everyone wants to see you. No, don't go away. Here. Come on. Come on. Nope. Okay, goodbye. Will you make up your mind? What are you doing? Okay, goodbye. Anyway, how are we going to... Oh, this is getting very... Oh, I should commit this. I want to... How am I going to do this? Run manager... The big problem here is that I don't have a way of communicating any notoriety state changes to the map. So if I go to my map container, set map node, yeah. So this get wanted level here That's going directly to the map node's wanted level, but I have no way of modifying the wanted level. So there's a disconnect here between the information that the map has and the information in the run manager. And this is probably where I'm going to need to put the 0 notoriety penalty. Do I have a reference to the run manager in here? No, I don't. So what I might need to do is I might need to do this. Let's do a signal in here. Signal public delegate void. Let's do notoriety penalty paused event handler. Signal public delegate void notoriety penalty resumed event handler. So let's go to the state boss. Oh, this is a mess. This is getting very messy. If was in boss fight, emit signal. Well, let's do this. Let's create a new method down here somewhere. I need to sit down and just like rewrite large chunks of this. Private void pause notoriety penalty. Private void resume notoriety penalty. We're going to do emit signal notoriety penalty paused, resumed. And then we'll do this. Private int notoriety penalty pause duration. Notoriety penalty pause duration is equal to 3. Notoriety penalty pause. Oh, let's do this. Try resume, or let's see, countdown notoriety penalty. Notoriety penalty pause duration is equal to mathf.clamp. I mean, I guess int.max value is fine. I could just do mathf.max. That'll work. If old duration is equal to notoriety penalty pause duration, if old duration is greater than 0 and the current value is equal to 0, then we're going to do notoriety penalty resumed. Okay. So when we enter the state map here, if was in boss fight, we're going to do pause notoriety penalty. Else. Interesting. Wanted level increase. Wasn't boss fight or notoriety penalty pause duration is greater than 0, then we're going to do 0. Okay. We can do this first. Else, countdown notoriety penalty. Okay, so I think that's basically going to work, but now the problem is we got to get that information over to the map. This map container is doing too much work too. The map container handles hovering over nodes, but also placing the decorations, so I probably should split that up. But let's just see. On map node hovered. So the problem is I need to get that information into here somewhere, which is why I added signals, but I think the way that I'm going to have to do this is export private run manager. Then in the ready here, run manager dot notoriety penalty paused plus equals on notoriety penalty paused, on notoriety penalty resumed. Private bool is notoriety penalty paused. On notoriety penalty paused, true. Okay, we'll just do that. And then an on map node hovered. Let's do this. Int notoriety penalty override. This is a mess. It's okay. We'll just keep making it a mess. We'll probably want to have a note on the tooltip as well. Actually, maybe this is not the way to do it. I might just do this. Public void. I don't know. Set disable notoriety penalty. Or maybe I can just do disable notoriety penalty. We'll do this. Wanted label dot text is equal to 0. Then we're going to probably want to add another line of code in here. Or not line of code, just line of text. Let's duplicate this one. Notoriety paused label. The Inquisition is disorganized. Is regrouping. We'll figure out all this wording exactly how it should be, but notoriety paused label. So let's get that. Node private label, notoriety paused label. Okay. I don't know. Is that going to work? Are you a good cat? No. Vacations are nice and relaxing if you want to break from work, but it's very bad if you're the type of person who always wants to be doing something. Yeah, I think that's right. I don't particularly like beach vacations either. I don't like a beach is not my first choice for vacation. I would much rather go and like see the cathedrals of Europe, you know what I mean? New Fire Relay slogan. How am I going to do this? Yeah, I say that too much. Maybe I'll just stop talking. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Godot has vector operation. Does Godot have swizzle operation in the shaders? Yeah. Goes right along with this quote while in my head quote that he says, knowing in full well he's not going to. Yeah, that's true. Better late than never. Hello, Linja Nink. I just said Linja Nink. I can't believe I did that. Ninja Link. What did I miss? Not much, really. We just did a play test in the first half of the stream, and now I'm implementing a feature where after defeating the boss, you get 3 movements of 0 notoriety penalty. So that's going to be dual purpose. One, if you go to a checkpoint early and trigger the boss fight before your notoriety bar fills up, then you essentially get 3 free movements into the next tier region. But if the boss fight triggers because you reach the 100 notoriety level, then you have 3 free moves to get into the next region. So that's the idea anyway. We're going to see if it works. Son of a Bee is a good one, yeah. How Fire manages to code a web of system without drafting a diagram is bonkers. I mean, you would be surprised at how far you can go by following just do one thing, you know? But I have a lot of messy code, and it's not like I'm, you know, absolutely perfect. It's time for Game Dev once again. Welcome, Jackie Daytona. How do you balance learning both art and coding? I know you have a background in coding, but still, how do you approach learning both for the first time? What would you focus on first? I don't know. For me, it's mostly just like, I just do whatever. I just do the thing that I'm not sick of doing, right? So if I spent a lot of time, like with the wave function collapse, for instance, spent a lot of time, many hours learning that and implementing that, there will be a period of time usually where I'm like, I'm sick of writing code. So then I'll focus on like doing a bunch of art, right? And I just basically just play it by like how I'm feeling. If I feel motivated to do art, then I'll just do that. But if I have a system in the game that I really want to implement, then I'll focus on that, you know? So it's not like I don't really have a super structured approach to learning. I basically just follow whatever I want to do. And that makes the process a lot more enjoyable because I'm not forcing myself into anything that I really don't want to do unless I have to do it, right? If the only thing left to do on the game is code, then it's like the game's not going to get done unless I do that, you know? What's the Inquisition referring to? So the overarching theme of this game is that you're a necromancer alchemist who is creating this army of like grotesque artifacts and minions, and you are the bad guy. So you're like this evil coming into the land of these humans, like the villagers and everything like that. And the Inquisition is basically like the church and the nobility who are tasked with putting down the evil that's invading their land. And so the Inquisition is the opposition faction. So the bosses will be members of the Inquisition. The final boss will be like clerics and bishops and paladins and stuff like that. So the Inquisition gets a bad rap like in real history, but in this game, the Inquisition is basically the good guys. But you're playing as the bad guys, so I think you should, oh yeah, work with free assets once the time. Yeah, you can take that approach too, for sure. Wave function collapse when the National Guard is getting deployed. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Why am I so dark? Are you saying wave function collapse is high up on the pyramid of needs? Yeah. Do you use Git lens? I do, yeah. I do. Should we check and see how the short is doing? Let's see. Oh, pretty good, actually. Okay. Anyway, so the next thing to do is to test this. I'm going to shrink down the map again. And we'll put the God mode mutton back in my inventory. Wonder if I could create... I almost want to create an editor plugin that allows me to quick change those settings. It's kind of annoying to have to go to here, project settings, scroll all the way down, select this, and then change these. It'd be nice if I had like a tool, like an extra toolbar button up here where I could just toggle them. I wonder how easy that would be to do. Anyway, let's go forward. That mean that the free movement happens at the same time as the Inquisition, or is that delayed a bit longer than before now? Oh, the Inquisition eyeballs. Yeah, I will probably delay that. Object reference not set to an instance of object. Oh, I forgot to assign that. Yeah, that's a good point. I think the Inquisition eyeballs will have to be delayed as well. So I'm going to have to do that. Let me write that down. Okay. Anyway, game map. Oh, I did this wrong. Oh, this is a mess. When do I plan to release it? Hopefully early next year. That's the plan anyway. We'll see though. What is going on now? Oh, that's fine. That's a normal error because the map is very small now. Okay, so we'll go here. Kerblam. So go here, trigger that. Let's see if this works. It did not work. Oh, because I forgot to do this. If is notoriety penalty paused, map node tooltip dot disable notoriety penalty. Okay. Let's try it again. This game, as I add more state to this game, this is becoming very unwieldy. So I need to take a deep dive and see if I can structure the run manager code and the map code a little bit nicer, but let's go here. We'll go here, oh, whoops, dang it. Ruined the run. Okay. Cool. So now I'll just do 3 moves here. So that's 1 move. Two moves. Three moves, and now we're back to the notoriety penalty. Very cool. All right, so that seems to be working. I think it should work if I do, well, it's not really going to happen in game, but if I happen to visit another checkpoint within 3 moves, it should just reset. Did I write down? Okay. So now if I go here, that's 1 move. Go here, that's 2 moves. Then the 3rd move is going to be this one. Do this. And I should be still having that. So now that was the 3rd move, yeah. Oh, but that's not being set properly. Why is that not being set properly, map node? Oh. So yeah, I think that that's fine because I need to disable this Inquisition eyeball spreading until after that has been unpaused. So let's figure that out next. Spread Inquisition. Do I want to do it this way? Let's see. What do I want to do here? Let's see. I mean, that probably works, but I just need to not spread the Inquisition if the notoriety penalty is paused. If notoriety penalty pause duration equals 0. I don't know if that announcement makes any sense anymore, but that's all right. So we won't spread the Inquisition until that duration is over. So I might want to test this in a different way. I'm going to do this. If map node.has Inquisition penalty, return. So we're not going to double these up. If the Inquisition is already watching a node, then we're not going to disable the notoriety penalty. That should prevent those two statuses from being stacked. And then we can put the node in here. Okay. Run map generator. We'll go back up here. Put that back. Debug notoriety level 99. Close. All right, let's see what happens. There are 200 days left until the end of early next year. You've got around 300 cards to make. It's a good thing you don't like taking time off. I think it should be okay. I think... it should be fine. Because I think once the game loop is in place and the meta progression is, I should have a good framework where I can just pump out more content. So I'm not terribly worried about it. And of course, I can also do like, if the game launches with 150 cards and I want to follow up with a patch a month later that introduces 50 more cards, that's an option as well. We'll have to see. So the Inquisition is regrouping, no notoriety penalty. I just want to move around a little bit and see if those eyeballs start to appear. Okay, now one more. So now the eyeballs should start to appear, I think. Yeah, there we go. Cool. So I like that because it gives you, like I said, if you get to a checkpoint early, then you get 3 free moves into the next tier, the next region. But if you happen to fight the boss before you've reached a checkpoint, then you have 3 free moves to get to the checkpoint so you can get into the next region. I don't want the notoriety penalty to exist on cleared nodes though, so we need to fix that as well. Remove or prevent Inquisition from watching cleared nodes. Remove the notoriety penalty from checkpoint nodes. Okay, this is done. Okay, so I think that's fine. Add no notoriety penalty after defeating boss. Got a VA appointment to write off to. Have a good day. All right, good luck with that appointment, and thanks for joining Asymmetrics. Always good to see you. The theme of this reminds me of that Pirate Software game jam at the beginning of last year. What was the theme? Definitely is a pump out content friendly type of game. Yeah, I think so. I've already got a pretty good framework in place for what? For like card abilities and stuff and artifacts and events. So I think it'll work. Anyway. Can I just do this? Let's see. I don't really like this. Well, maybe I just won't worry about that for now. I wonder if that's necessary. Maybe that's not even necessary. I don't even know if I need to do that. Oh, also, shoot. Note on checkpoints whether they are empty or will trigger a boss fight. That's one thing that I need to do still. I actually don't think I want to do this remove notoriety penalty from checkpoint nodes. I don't want to do that. Okay, so we can mark that as done. I don't think that's... Oh, I don't know why I did this. Okay. All right, so prevent Inquisition from watching cleared nodes. Let's do that. Oh, maybe I'll do that. Maybe this where should be up here. Okay, let's see what that does. Shadow and Alchemy. I tried to make a game, but unfortunately was hampered by my lack of coding experience. That's unfortunate. More of a writer and designer than coding minded. Not an excuse, but it does make it harder. Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah. That is totally understandable. Just make sure this all works. So now I want to see the Inquisition's eyes not show up on the cleared nodes. There we go. I think I will change this too. Notoriety penalty doubled. Okay. Does that just change it? Yeah. Cool. Alrighty. Go to this one here. Oh no! Now I've got the notoriety penalty and this will give me 14 penalty here. Should have 17 notoriety afterwards. Yep. Oh, when it's visited though, it needs to have the notoriety penalty removed. So set visited, run map node. Yeah, let's do this. Set has inquisitional penalty. If has penalty, else notoriety penalty removed. Set visited if has notoriety or has inquisition penalty false. Okay, map node. On notoriety penalty removed. On notoriety penalty removed, what are we going to do here? I think I just play the reset animation. Private static, read only, string name, anim, reset. I think that's it. All right, let's just test that real quick. Worked with a guy on the game jam, but he lives in Europe, so time zone difference made communication more difficult. Got movement set up, started figuring out how to switch spells around with libraries, handled the art and story, but the game just didn't get finished. I haven't heard from the other guy since. Yeah, it goes like that sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, it can be difficult for sure, but I have confidence you can do it as well. I think everything fundamentally is like a skill that can be learned. It's just a matter of like, I think some people are born with different aptitudes for different things, such that learning creative disciplines may be easier for some people naturally than others. But I think aptitude is the way to describe it. It doesn't necessarily preclude you from learning the skill, right? It just might take more effort. Like help, you can ask questions on Firebelly's Discord. We have a great community there. Yeah, absolutely, Darian. So if you want to, yeah, if you ever have game dev questions, you can feel free to pop into the Discord, and either I can try to help you, or there's a lot of people there with Godot experience or game dev experience generally that can help you as well. So definitely use that Discord as a resource if you'd like. That's the core theme of Kenichi, the Mightiest Disciple. Let's see, does this remove the eye here? It does, sweet. So now those Inquisition penalties are being removed when you clear an Inquisition watched node. I should make that eyeball blink too. Anyway. Okay, all right. So that's looking good. Exclude cleared nodes from notoriety penalty. Okay, that's good. Done. Scale the boss fight for higher notoriety regions. Let's do this one real quick. I think this should be a relatively easy one. I think. Oh wait, where is the generate? Oh no, it's in seeded run. So the boss generation args generate. Oh, this is not going to be an easy one. Oops. Okay, let's do this. Private dictionary int combat configuration, notoriety region boss configurations. Where am I storing? Am I storing the notoriety regions anywhere? Notoriety tiers. Let's rename this to notoriety regions. Okay. So in the seeded run here, get boss combat configuration for region. Into region. Okay. Generate boss encounters for each var. For var I equals 0. I is less than run map generator dot notoriety regions. And this can actually be notoriety regions to boss configuration. I is equal to that. What is going on here? Okay. We'll put a boss generation arg in here, public required int notoriety region. Okay. Tier is equal to args dot notoriety region plus 1 times 4. Is that right? That might be too difficult. 4 plus args.notoriety region. Well, we'll try it, whatever. So that should scale the boss now. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to go through a whole run to see what that feels like, but... So basically the boss tier will be 4 on the first combat. On the first boss, it'll be 8 on the second boss and 12 on the third boss. Get rid of all these comments here. I think that's basically it. But now I need to go to my run manager. Here we go. Context, public, int, current notoriety region. Should I just do required all over here? I think that will work. Context.current notoriety region. Cool. Let's just run the game, or I'll build it first, and then we'll see if that all works. Hello, Kazori. Welcome back. Good morning, Breckheck. I see you're breaking into the shorts market. Yeah, I got bullied into it again. I love puzzles, though since I study psychology, people are my favorite puzzles, yeah. Though I will admit I can sit and absolutely finish a 1,000 piece puzzle in an afternoon if I have snacks and a show. It does sound relaxing. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Matthias? For people who are coming from Unity, is there anything like Playmaker for Godot? I don't know. I don't know much about Unity, and I don't know what Playmaker is, so sorry to say I can't really answer that question. I think it's working. The most important thing was I was just interested to see if that was going to break anything, but it didn't break anything. It at least worked for the first boss, so I think that's good. Okay. Generate boss encounters for all notoriety regions. Making good progress on the game here. Hey, get out! No, get out. You're not allowed to sit on the router. How many times do we have to go over this? How many times do we have to go over this? Really? It's like you don't understand English or something. Ah. This is the culprit. This is the one who's been chewing my router antennas. Just tell everyone what you've done. Tell everyone. Tell everyone. Oh, okay. All right. There are add-ons for visual scripting like Playmaker, but out of the box Godot, no visual scripting what I've seen. Look at that gremlin, yeah. Baby, they're cute. They can be anyway. Cool. Well, I think there's not really a good thing to get started on in the remaining 10 minutes of the stream, so I think I'll just end the stream there. I'm actually very hungry. I don't think I ate enough food yesterday. Which is a skill issue, I guess. But if you want, you can sign up for the Patreon. Again, signing up for one of the paid tiers. It's a great way to support me, support the development. You could check out the perks here on the top tier, one of which is the Alchemortis credits, so your name will be in the Alchemortis in-game credits when it releases. But if you join any of the paid tiers, you will get instant access to the playtest. And the playtest is going public on Monday, so if you'd rather wait and not pay anything, you can absolutely do that. There's going to be no FOMO here, really. Anytime I run a playtest, it will ultimately be available for people to play. Just anyone to play. And also, Alchemortis is available on Steam. So if you'd like to wishlist that, if you haven't yet, I would appreciate that. It's the first line in the description below, and all the other ways you could support me are linked below as well. Love the looks and changes to the board, thank you. Enjoy some McDonald's, yeah, seriously. McDonald's, it's like, if I ever feel like I didn't have enough calories, it's like, well, you could just get 5,000 of them in your McDonald's meal and call it a day, you know? Look up keyboard protector from cats and see if one of those can protect your router. Yeah, well, the good news is that they're not allowed in this room if I'm not home. And if I am home, I'm basically in this room. So I'm the router protector. I will guard the router with steadfast resolve. How do you approach components? Either make isolated components so they can be reused in as many contexts as possible, then make a separate glue class, or have the components reference each other. It depends. A lot of times you'll have, like, a classic example is like if you have hit boxes and hurt boxes and a health component, a lot of the glue that you're going to be writing is connecting up the hit boxes so that they damage the health component, right? So in that case, I find it's just more streamlined to have the hitbox component optionally accept a reference to a health component, and then have it applied the damage directly to the health component if it's supplied within its own script. But in other cases where there's not really a typical pattern that the components are used in, I will just write at the root level of the scene, the script will serve as the glue that connects the component functionality together. So it really depends. Honestly, it's just whatever makes your life easier. If you have to write the same glue over and over and over again, then you may as well just write that glue in the component script itself, you know what I mean? My cat is called Typo because he walks over my keyboard. Oh, Typo's a cute name for a cat. That's cool. Probably it makes them want to router more. My cats are like that with the garage. Yeah. Cats are just, they're unwieldy creatures. They just do whatever they want. Anyway, like I said, that's it for the stream. Thank you everyone for your support. Thanks for watching. Great to have you here as always. And I'll be back at it tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. So I hope to see you there. Okay, bye-bye.